Okay, I'm Logan, and this is Ben, and I'll be giving him feedback on his piece.
I'm saying if I didn't believe in you from the last 5 years, but just the refrain, so. Alright.
Okay, so let's just start with like a rep, and then go from there.
Huh?
Okay, play
Oh,
what
you're playing.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you just said it weird, so. We singers don't speak your talk.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be playing a little accompaniment here. Hopefully you can hear it. Hopefully I can hear it. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight. If I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out that door and say, Kathy, you're right. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you, I know things when I met you 4 years ago. I knew it never took much convincing to make me believe in you. Well, there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teach me.
Teach you. Okay. So one of the things is that I want to talk about is really ending your phrases.
Okay.
You really lyrically, you can shape the phrases just because like whatever the sentence are like where the words take you.
Yeah.
It can end the phrase.
Okay.
But you can also do that dynamically and just kind of I guess pushing more to the end.
Okay.
So for example, right here, didn't believe in you. Right here, you can bring up that you a little longer and maybe like decrescendo a little bit to like end the phrase. So let's just try like maybe like the first couple parts of
I
that.
can do that probably a cappella. So, from here?
Yeah.
Okay. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight.
So yeah. So I think this phrase, obviously it's like one bar, ends the little like bit to it, but it's all leading up to fight, that C right there.
Mhm.
So I think you can bring that C a little more, like
Okay.
bring it down here, like that was really good right there. But then on fight, maybe,
So, make it all lead to that.
lead to that moment. Because then it starts up with the new phrase, it starts again with if I.
Okay. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so let's take a look at over here.
This is same type of deal.
Oh yeah, one of the things I want to mention is really looking into the rhythms.
Okay.
I know it's a little more difficult than with an instrument to articulate very specific rhythms, but like 16 dotted 8, 16 tied 16 to an 8, that's very specific.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's try doing it from the second if I
Okay.
and going. Let's go to right.
Okay.
Really with the let's not do it with metronome, but just really think metronomically.
Okay.
Like really think about the rhythms.
Cool. If I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out that door and say, Kathy, you're right. Nah, I don't think I did them right there.
Yeah. So right there, you did that even. 16 dotted 8. 8.
So Kathy, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do just that bar.
I'd walk out the door and say, walk out the door and say, Kathy, you're right.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's put those. Think about a little bit. We were talking about the first two bars.
Okay.
So we can do the similar thing with you, because we want to have like that the connectivity throughout the entire piece.
Okay.
And then, so this one's also different from the first phrase because everything leads to right, just like it led to whatever that word was in the last one.
Yeah.
But then you immediately have the pickup into but I.
Yeah.
So let's think a little bit about how we could make it different from the first one, but also keeping that connectedness throughout the piece. So we can probably land on right, and then maybe end the phrase with maybe, I don't know how you guys do it, but like instrumentals will do like a short little breath
Okay.
to kind of end the phrase, and then come in with the pickups.
Okay.
So let's do this, and then
Can we start from this phrase or from the phrase before?
this phrase. So the second cut.
Verify. Okay. So, if I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out the door and say, Kathy, you're right. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you I know. What's up?
Okay.
I'm your face.
No, I was just singing.
Come on.
So like I would really push to the go, and then I do a big crescendo into no, because that's I think what the big impact moment here.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like, have you ever heard of I don't remember the exact term. It's like a musical interest like graph.
Yeah.
So I think it goes really far up right here, and then it kind of teeters it down over here, and then you land on new.
Yeah.
So, and I think you can do that dynamically, especially on the no. So let's start again from the second.
So would you say then, little crescendo, obviously it's a rest there, but like a crescendo into this, and then continue to and tell me about here, and then continue through that, and then start here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, that was good. Okay, so let's start second. But I, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you I know. Things when I met you 4 years ago. I knew.
Yeah. So I really peter off the new, and like kind of let it ring, but in like a decrescendo way.
Okay.
You don't want to like cut it, like choppy cut it off.
Yeah.
But just have it like sit there in the air.
Okay.
And so what I think was really good is that you push through the no, and the peak of you kept the energy on the things.
Yep.
Which was good, and then you brought it down.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Okay. Cool.
So
you want me to do that second?
yeah, let's do that one more time.
But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you I know. Things when I met you 4 years ago. I knew.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Okay. So, how far do you want to take this?
I just go to here. So do you want to just like finish the notes here?
Yeah. So let's go to it. It never took much.
What do you think, like dynamically here, I should do since I just did the whole big section? And should this be softer or just kind of like its own type of phrase?
Let me hear it first. So let's
It never took much convincing to make me believe in you. Also, this phrase, working on it, the rhythms here, we're kind of just, the rhythm that I'm singing is what we're going to do. The one we wrote down, what's
Okay.
written down is not what we're going to do.
Okay.
So that's why it's not
Yeah,
close.
okay.
So, yeah.
So
It never took much convincing to make me believe in you.
So how I would view this is I would view this as an extension of the ending the new,
Okay.
right there. So I would bring it up like because you're beginning like a new little bit of a phrase, it's something new, something interesting. But really what it is it's completing the whole. It's ending the refrain, right? Is what this is.
Yeah.
It's bringing this to a close. So, so it never took much convincing to make me believe in you. You can definitely peter the you down.
Okay.
Because what I like to think about is so playing quiet draws like the audience in.
Okay.
Like I think people are most attentive when they're listening to something quiet because you really have to think about it and know. And I think it's the musical, right?
Yeah.
So to me, this seems like a kind of like an impactful, emotional moment.
Yeah.
So I think bringing it in at the end like kind of shows like the character himself, and I think you could show that by like drawing the audience in more with the dynamics. So let's go from it never took much, and then kind of because obviously we brought it down a lot at new. I think we could bring it up a little more, and it never took much convincing. And then I think the you, just the lyrics itself, that's the emotional part to it. But it's also the closing bit of the musical phrase. So that's where we want to draw them in by us bringing it back dynamically.
So then, just to more specifically then, so this is where I'm kind of soft, bring it out a little bit, but not like, so this is, say it's piano, probably mezzo piano.
Yeah, piano, and
this
then
would be a little bit like maybe...
Like mezzo forte minus,
Okay, yeah,
mezzo
yeah.
forte plus.
Yeah, okay, so mezzo forte-ish, and then like a little bit, okay, in between. And then maybe just a crescendo through the phrase a little bit, like...
Yeah, so what might work really good here is, do you know what natural dynamics are?
Yeah.
Yeah, so natural dynamics, the higher notes are going to be louder
Yeah.
and the soft notes will be quieter. But then obviously, of course, when you're holding that G and the F, you don't want to sit at the same dynamic. You can
Yeah.
take the phrase somewhere.
Maybe you could just like do a little...
A little, yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So let's go from It Never Took Much.
It never took much convincing to make me believe in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like how you brought it up and then pulled them in and brought it back.
Okay.
So,
I could probably sing the whole thing louder. I was kind of whatever.
yeah, okay. So now that we kind of went through like it chunk by chunk, let's do like a rep of it, thinking about everything that we've talked about.
Cool. All right. Whew. That was man. All right. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight. If I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out the door and say, Kathy, you're right. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you, I know things when I met you 4 years ago. I knew. It never took much convincing to make me believe in you.
Nice. Okay. So that was really good. The one thing I'd say, you have at the beginning you have the two phrases that said I and then I'd, and melodically they're very similar, but the lyrics are what makes the interest in this.
Yes. Okay.
So I guess what I'd want out of those two is make the lyrics stand out.
Okay.
So you can keep the notes themselves similar and like the dynamics and like all the interesting things, and let the lyrics stand out. Because I think being a musical, you want the audience to get what the character is feeling.
Yeah.
So and that stands out in the lyrics here.
Okay.
So I would keep similar like phrasing on those two and the both end on you, right? I think.
Yeah.
So let's do from the beginning to the end of that second to here.
Okay. So just right before the pickup.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just like okay. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight. If I didn't believe in you, so okay.
Yeah. So that was good. I felt they matched, which I felt was important.
Yeah.
Because I think the big thing the composer is trying to get out of the performer to like show the audience is that this is lyrics I didn't if I didn't believe in you, which I think that's the important thing. The lyrics are what should stand out in this. So do you want to do this now with the backing track and do a full run?
Sure, let's do it real quick. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh Lord. Keep floating. Okay, about there. If I didn't believe in you, we wouldn't be having this fight. If I didn't believe in you, I'd walk out the door and say, Kathy, you're right. But I never could let that go. Knowing the things about you, I know things when I met you 4 years ago. I knew. Never took much convincing to make me believe in you.
Nice.
Cool.
Sweet. I think we're good.
Dope. Yeah, that works for me.